Living alone and talking less equals your risk of memory loss may skyrocket. Maybe you're living a peaceful life. No trouble for your children, no noise, no drama. You enjoy reading alone, watching TV, walking around the house, and going to sleep. Everything seems fine, but do you know this? Your brain may be slowly dying, silently and without any obvious symptoms. A 2020 study from Johns Hopkins University revealed that older adults who live alone and have low social interaction have a 60% higher risk of developing dementia than those who stay connected with family or friends. The brain is a social organ. It needs conversation, human voices, and emotional response. Without interaction, the regions responsible for language, memory, and emotion begin to shrink. And this happens quietly, gradually, day by day. If you find yourself talking less, making fewer phone calls, or avoiding interaction, you need to be careful. This isn't just a matter of mood, it's a red alert for your brain health. 1. Talking less equals losing the brain's most important daily workout. Have you noticed? Every time you talk, even about something simple like, "What's for lunch?" your brain performs a highly complex series of tasks, remembering words, reacting emotionally, expressing thoughts, listening, analyzing, and responding. This is the brain's best and most natural daily workout. It's free, it needs no pills, no machines. But when you live alone and talk less, your brain is like a muscle that doesn't move. It slowly shrinks, weakens, and then forgets. First, it forgets objects. Then it forgets events. Then, names of loved ones. Some even forget how to use the TV remote, something they used every day. Are you speaking only a few words to yourself each day? Are you calling your children less often, thinking it's unnecessary? Think again. Just 5 to 10 minutes of conversation a day, a phone call, a chat with a neighbor, or telling stories to your grandchild can keep your brain firing steadily. 2. Loneliness raises stress hormones, killing memory faster than aging itself. Did you know living alone and having little social interaction leads to a sharp increase in cortisol, the stress hormone? When cortisol stays high for long periods, it starts destroying the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. That's why many elderly people living alone suffer confusion, forgetfulness, and even panic over small things. What's scary is that loneliness doesn't always show on the outside. Some people still eat, sleep, and function normally, but feel empty inside with no one to talk to deeply. That's the most dangerous kind of loneliness. If you notice yourself becoming forgetful, overly emotional, having trouble sleeping, or feeling irritable, your brain may be reacting to chronic stress caused by loneliness. The solution doesn't have to be complicated. Just start reconnecting actively. Join a Tai Chi class. Go to a book club at the community center. Call an old friend for a real conversation. These simple steps lower cortisol and protect your memory. 3. No one to remind you. Brain starts drifting and slowly collapses. When you live with others, you're constantly reminded, don't forget your keys. Have you taken your medicine? Your doctor appointment is today. These little reminders are actually memory boosters. They keep the brain alert, help it retain information, and sharpen your attention. But when you live alone, no one reminds you. No one checks on you. The brain becomes lazy. It stops making plans, stops holding details, stops being challenged. Eventually, you forget simple things, turning off the stove, locking the door, taking your pills. And one day you wake up not knowing what day it is or whether you've eaten lunch. Many elderly people diagnosed with memory loss have said, "I thought I was fine, just a little forgetful. I never realized it had gotten this bad." That is the tragedy of aging in silence. The solution? Create reminder systems for yourself. Use alarms. Stick notes around the house. Ask your children to call you daily. Join a regular group activity that keeps your mind on track. Don't let your brain drift freely. Anchor it. 4. Low social contact equals loss of emotional recognition equals broken communication. When you live alone and rarely speak with others, you may not realize how much it's gradually dulling your emotional awareness. The brain doesn't just store facts and knowledge. It also reads emotions from the faces, voices, and body language of those around us. However, if you aren't engaging with people regularly, this ability slowly diminishes over time. At first, you might not notice the changes. You could feel that you understand others just fine, but eventually you may begin misinterpreting others' emotions, struggling to read their tone or expressions, and feeling unsure of how to respond. These small misunderstandings build up over time, and soon you might find yourself withdrawn and out of touch with others, which impacts both your relationships and memory. Research has shown that seniors with little daily interaction lose their ability to recognize emotions twice as quickly compared to those who regularly communicate. This emotional disconnect can lead to faster cognitive decline, including memory loss and even more profound social isolation. However, the good news is that it's possible to reconnect and rebuild your emotional awareness. Simple actions like watching emotionally expressive movies, practicing mindfulness by observing people's facial expressions, or talking to a neighbor for just 10 to 15 minutes a day can help reignite those emotional circuits in your brain. These small steps can boost your memory and bring you back into the world around you. 5. Silence isn't peace. It may be hidden depression quietly damaging your memory. Silence often feels like peace, but for many older adults, it can become a sign of hidden depression. It's not the loud, tearful kind of depression. Instead, it's the quiet kind. Spending more time alone, feeling disconnected, losing interest in things you used to love, and withdrawing into a solitary routine. It's subtle, and that's what makes it so dangerous. This silent depression doesn't scream for attention. It whispers, and in the silence, your brain starts to shrink, especially the areas responsible for memory. Over time, it can lead to cognitive decline, making it harder to remember things and stay engaged with life. Unfortunately, many people mistake this for just getting old. But if you've noticed that you're feeling more tired than usual, your memory isn't as sharp, or you find yourself lacking the energy or motivation to do the things you once enjoyed, don't ignore these signs. They may not just be signs of aging, they could be signs of depression slowly taking hold. The solution isn't just medication or therapy. Reconnecting with others is crucial. You don't need to make drastic changes. Even small, simple actions like taking a walk with someone, picking up the phone to call a family member, or even joining a social group for just a few hours a week can make all the difference. These small moments of connection can help pull you out of that depressive fog and restore your brain, protecting both your memory and overall well-being. If you find yourself living alone, speaking less, or noticing the signs of loneliness and silent depression creeping into your life, don't let it continue. The feeling of isolation isn't always easy to spot. It's not an obvious, loud silence. It's the kind of quiet that slowly drifts into your life, often unnoticed until it starts to affect your emotional and cognitive health. But remember, it's never too late to turn things around. Even small steps, connecting with a friend, taking a short walk, or just having a brief chat, can reignite your mind, boost your memory, and reintroduce the warmth of social interaction into your life. Don't wait until the damage is done. Act now and protect both your memory and well-being. After all, the most powerful tool we have against the effects of isolation and aging is the connection we share with others. Take that first step, and your brain will thank you for it.